In our previous class, we have seen about data modeling process, and we have seen a few types of data model. We have hierarchical model, network model, relational model, entity relationship model, and then object-oriented model. So we also have come over the concept of entity, constraint, attribute, business rule, and you have learned how to draw the entity relationship diagram, okay, ERD. So we have done some exercises using crossfoot notation. Okay, so today we are going to see another. Okay, what about other models? Okay, we have extended relational data model. Okay, it is semantic data model developed in response to increasing complexity of applications. DBMS based on ERDM, often described as an object or relational database management system. Okay, or in short, RDBMS. Okay, primarily geared to business applications. Okay, next, emerging data models, big data and NoSQL. Okay, big data and NoSQL ni adalah dua term baru. Okay, dengan berkembangnya data models. Okay, so what is big data? Okay, big data is one term. Okay, which refers to new and better ways to manage large amounts of web-generated data and derive business insight from it. Dia satu konsep yang merujuk kepada cara baru untuk menguruskan data yang dalam kuantiti yang besar. Okay, terutamanya data that is generated by the web. Okay. So, of course, the purpose is to provide high performance and scalability at a reasonable cost. Okay, high performance and scalability at a reasonable cost. Maksudnya, walaupun data yang hendak diuruskan tu dalam kuantiti yang besar, costnya still dalam reasonable amount, dan juga dia mampu menghasilkan performance yang memuaskan. Okay, so what are the big data characteristic? There are actually we have this characteristic for big data concept. Volume means the amounts of data being stored. Velocity, not only to the speed but also the process of this data quickly in order to generate information and insight. Okay, maksudnya kelajuan dalam memproses data itu sendiri. Okay. And variety, the data that been collected comes in multiple different data formats. So, bila kita bercakap tentang data nowadays, okay, kalau kita pergi dekat web mana-mana, kita akan ada pictures, ada image, audio, video dan sebagainya. Maksudnya data tu dalam pelbagai bentuk. That's what it means by variety. Maksudnya big data ni akan handle different data formats. Tak kira lah image, text, audio, video dalam speed ataupun kelajuan yang sangat pantas, okay, dan dapat memproses data tu dengan tahap yang cepat, dan juga boleh menguruskan data yang sangat banyak. So there are three characteristics of big data: volume, velocity and variety. Okay, so when we talk about volume tadi, the first V, volume, means sparse data. Sparse data means number of attributes is very large, number of actual data instances is low. Maksudnya data tu mempunyai attribute yang sangat banyak. Okay, attribute saya dah mention sebelum ni. Apa makna attribute? Okay, then big data technologies, we have Hadoop, then Hadoop Distributed File System, HDFS. So what is Hadoop? Hadoop is a Java-based, open source, high-speed, fault-tolerant distributed storage and computational framework. Okay, programmingnya based on Java programming. Open source maksudnya boleh diakses dengan percuma. Okay, mempunyai kelajuan yang sangat tinggi, pantas. Fault tolerant distributed storage maksudnya dia membenarkan penyimpanan data secara distributed. Okay, maksudnya ada banyak server. Okay, secara berasingan distributed. Okay, dan fault tolerant ni maksudnya dia punya ketepatan data tu sangat tinggi. Okay, fault tolerant. Okay, Hadoop distributed file system, highly distributed, fault-tolerant file storage system designed to manage large amount of data at high speed. Dan sistem itu dikenali sebagai Hadoop distributed file system. Okay, still big data technologies. Selain Hadoop, we have MapReduce. Okay, nama dia MapReduce. Still, okay. Also open source application programming interface that provides fast data analytic services. Okay, dalam menganalisa data. Okay, data analytic services. Okay, fast data analytic. Okay, MapReduce ni satu application interface API yang menyediakan data analysis service. Okay, and then NoSQL. Okay, nama dia NoSQL means a large-scale distributed database system that store structured and unstructured data in efficient ways. Okay, NoSQL ni dia satu distributed database system yang menyimpan structured and unstructured data. So recall balik what I have mentioned previously about structured and unstructured data. Okay, structured data means data that have been processed. Unstructured data means data that haven't been processed, still in raw form. Okay, sebagaimana yang dia collected. Okay, next we try to see more about NoSQL databases. Okay, not based on relational model, hence the name NoSQL. Dia bukan based on relational model yang macam kita belajar in previous class. Okay, dan dia punya second characteristic support distributed database architecture, high scalability, high availability and fault tolerance. Okay, high availability ni maksudnya walaupun dia sangat okay, maksudnya kalau high scalability ni dia boleh support number of users yang a big number of users, maksudnya ramai pengguna dia boleh support. Dan high availability maksudnya walaupun dengan ramai pengguna tu masih lagi boleh access database tu. And fault tolerance, okay, kurang errornya, kurang berlaku error dalam data tu. And support very large amount of sparse data geared toward performance rather than transaction. Consistency, store data in key value stores. Okay, so this is what we are going to see. Apa maksud key value stores? Okay, this is a simple key value representation. Okay, so let's consider this figure. Data stored using traditional relational model. Okay, kalau relational model, contohnya kita akan simpan. Okay, contoh ni adalah company, dia bagi contoh company trucks. Okay, trucks are ours. Okay, data stored using traditional relational model dan dia compare dengan data stored using key value model. Okay, kalau kita tengok relational model di sebelah kiri ni, on your left, we have the ID. Okay, this is data driver ID. Okay, certificate 1, certificate 2, certificate 3, date of birth of the driver. Okay, ni certificate yang diperolehi oleh setiap driver. And dia punya one, I'm not sure, maybe lorry type or whatever. Okay, so untuk let's look at the first one, the first driver ID 2732, certificate 1 80, okay, mungkin markah or whatever, certificate 3 96 and dia punya date of birth. Okay, so kalau kita tengok di sini, untuk traditional relational model ni, data akan disimpan based on driver ID. Okay. Dan each row represents one entity instance. Maksudnya satu baris ni, satu row ni represent satu entity instance. Maksudnya data-data tentang satu entity, iaitu driver 2732, 2946, 3650. And then each column represent one attribute of the entity. Okay. Okay, katalah driver 1, certificate 1, certificate 2, certificate 3, date of birth dia, and so on. And then the values in the column are the same data type. Dan kita tengok data contohnya di bawah certificate 1 dalam bentuk nombor. Okay, data di bawah attribute date of birth dalam bentuk date, tarikh. Okay, but compared to data stored using key value model, okay, dia still first column ni tentang DID, driver ID. Okay, untuk key, dia akan letak untuk setiap driver ni. Okay, contoh 2732 certificate 1, value dia 80. 2732 certificate 3, 90, 96, 96 I think. And then 2732 date of birth berapa. Okay, then punya lorry type or whatever, P. Okay, so we can see that each row represent one attribute or value of one entity instance. Jadi untuk setiap row ni, okay, ada pengulangan untuk setiap driver. Okay, dan dia ada setiap row melambangkan setiap attribute. Macam tadi, setiap row hanya melambangkan satu entity. Tetapi dalam key value model, setiap row, setiap baris ni, okay, melambangkan setiap membawa ataupun dia represent satu attribute untuk setiap entity. So the key column could represent any entity's attribute. The values in the value column could be any data type, and therefore it is generally assigned a long string data type. Dan kita boleh tengok di bawah satu kolom ni, contoh di bawah key ni, okay, ada di bawah value contohnya, di bawah value ada tarikh, ada nombor biasa dan ada alphabet. Okay. So maksudnya data yang berada di bawah satu kolom ni boleh jadi apa sahaja data type. Can be number, can be alphabet, can be date. Compared to traditional relational model, kalau di bawah satu attribute tu contohnya date of birth, hanya tarikh sahaja. Di bawah certificate hanya number. Di bawah LIC type hanya alphabet. Okay. So that's the simple comparison between traditional relational model and key value model. Okay, and the last part for the data models. Okay, before we move to another part, this is the evolution of data models. Okay, we have covered this hierarchical, network, relational, entity relationship. Okay, dan semantik. Okay, semantik ni maksudnya data model yang mana data dan relationship, contoh one to many ke many to many, akan diletakkan di bawah satu structure. Contohnya yang dinamakan object. Okay, so bawah semantik we have object oriented and extended relational ORDBMS. Okay, then we have NoSQL. Okay, so you can see the year. Okay, so semantic in data model, list, and then this is the most semantic. Okay, this is the explanation for each model. You can read on your own this one. Okay, we can consider this as summary.